let me open mine, and then if you remember where you saved your existing list, mine was a document, so I can retrieve it easily when I get there. When you are using the existing list, remember where you saved it. If you saved it on your desktop, you can just go to the desktop and retrieve it when you reach to that portion of choosing or selecting a new list or using an existing list. Then it follows the same proceedings. So let us all start something. Now, because we are putting our letters in an envelope, the first thing that comes to mind is, hey, where will the address be? I don't know where. It's been a while that I worked in an office, so I've forgotten some of these things. Usually, when you want to send letters in an envelope, I previously I used to write it at the center, put the address at the center. But it's been a long time I use that approach. Now that things are changing because the world is changing and new things are coming. I don't know whether they still put the addresses at the center. Honorable Kuma, please, you have been dealing a lot with letters, isn't it? Do you still put the addresses of people? If you are using envelope, do you still put it at the center?
Yes, madam. It's still at the center.
It's still at the center. Good. So this time around, when you open our envelope, you try and put the cursor at the center so that all our addresses will be at the center. If you want to put it at the left corner, top corner, which some people use the top left corner, which is quite weird, but I don't know if you want to go by it. That is, if maybe your organization's culture, that is how you do, you send your letters. But what I know is it is mostly printed at the center of the envelope. So let us all try it. Since I said it follows the same proceedings, who can give us the first step if we are to try it? Somebody should give us the first step so that we can all adapt to what we are saying. So we want to merge envelopes. Merging envelopes. The first step is what? You still have to go to your mailing list, isn't it? You still have to go to your mailing list. And from your mailing list, you can start your mail merge. This time around, you are going to select what? You are going to select the envelopes. So let's try that. And then when you select the envelopes, for my machine, it is already set by default settings. Whenever you select the envelope, it is already set at 4 by 9.5 inches, as you can see on the screen. I don't know of yours. If it is not set that way, you can set it to 4 by 9 inches. That is the ideal envelope size. Or if you want to customize your own envelope, and so we want to reduce the envelope size or we want to increase the envelope size, for practice sake, you can change the size just to show how you would want it to appear on the envelope. So we can all try our hands on that. The next 2 minutes, we proceed. So for this time around, hello. This time around, you are going to open a blank document, okay? I forgot to say that initially because it's an envelope. It is not a letter where you need some documents to put the addresses there. This is an envelope. An envelope is presumed to be what? Blank. The only thing that should be on the envelope is the recipient address. So you can open your Word document, a new document. If you're already dealing with an old document, you can just use the Control key by pressing what? Control N. That is new. It will open a new page for you. Or you go through the process of opening a new document, and then we start mailings. So the first step, go to the mailings list, locate the mail merge, and then select envelopes. Select envelopes. So let's all try our hands on it. Let me open a new blank page from set button. I think I have word here. So blank page. Then I go to what? Mailings. Start mail merge. So when you go to the start mail merge, the down arrow, you select what? Envelopes. As soon as you select envelopes, a dialog box will be opened. That is the envelope options. And just check the envelope size. I am using size 10. Size 10, 4 by 9.5 inches. 4, 1/8, 9.5 inches. That is by default. That is what I have here. So I will take it. But you can as well, because you are going to type address on the envelope. For instance, when you open a Word document, by default, it will be at caliber font size 12. And font size 12, because it's the usual way of typing a text. When you want to print out address on an envelope, you'd want to increase the font size, isn't it? So let's go to the delivery address, the fonts. You can click on it so that it can give you the font size that you want to use. Me, because I'd want to increase it, you can choose any font size, but I think I can increase it to either 16 or 18 so that the writings will be bolded, or you can even choose 20, depending on the things, the contents of things that you want to put in an envelope. So I think 18 will be ideal, or you can choose 16 or anyway. You can still maintain the 12. The writings will be smaller anyway. So I am choosing this. What I'm doing, I have to show it. Let me try and show it on your screen before somebody can say, hey, madam, we can't see what you're doing. Let's stop sharing and share a new thing. This is what I'm sharing. This is what I'm doing. Oh, it is not showing here. And there's so many video one. Okay. So all that I'm saying was, when you select the envelope, or let me just start again all over. Let me start again. We first opened a Word document, a blank Word document, and I said you should go to the mailings tab. Mailings tab. You select the mailings tab, and then you start mail merge, just as we did yesterday. So with mail merge today, we are looking at what? Circulating letters, envelopes. We want the letters we printed out yesterday to about 5 recipients. We want to put those letters in an envelope. And at the back of the envelope, you should find the recipient addresses on the envelope. So you want to find a simple way to do this. And we can use mail merge just as we use for letters. So we select envelopes. You click on envelopes. As soon as you click on it, a pop-up menu appears, and then you have what? Options. And by default, the size is 10, 4, 1/8, 9.5 inches. That is by default. If you want to have a customized envelope and you want to increase the envelope size, or you want to reduce the envelope size, the down arrow here will give you options. But I'm not selecting any. I am maintaining this envelope size. And I'm also saying that usually by default, when you open your Word document, you have the font size either 11 or 12. And this time around, we are printing our address at the back of the envelope to be sent to the recipient. We want a bigger font size so that it will be bolded and printed. So delivery address, the font size, I can take it from 12 and increase it to 16 or 18 because I want the font size to be bigger and bolded. You can choose bold and italicized. That means you want to italize the address. It's a style of writing, or you can maintain the way it is, but you just want to bold it. So what did I do here? You can find from the pop-up menu at the envelope address that I have changed the font size to 16, which I had selected, and then I have come to take bold. You can choose any of them, whether you want to italize it and bold it, or I just want to maintain the writing by using bold. Then the font color, I think I prefer the automatic, which is the black. If you want to use any color for your address, that is fine. But I think for formal things, you should have the black as the font color. If the other things you would want to do, you can do them. But for now, I think the two is enough. Then I click on what? OK. I click on OK. So when I click on OK, it is showing that it already takes it, that I am going to use the font size 16 and I'm going to bold it. I'm going to bold all the addresses. If you want to have a return address, you can go to the same thing, but I am not going to have any return address, so I'll just maintain it. And then click on what? OK. As soon as you click on OK, what do you see? You realize that the page of the screen changes to an envelope size. You see that it changes to an envelope size. Okay. I hope you have all gotten to where I have gotten to. If you have, then give me a thumbs up while I wait 2 minutes for the rest to catch up. Give me a thumbs up while I wait 2 minutes for the rest of the students to catch up, so that we proceed from there. Catherine, good. Okay. So the third step is to select recipients, just as we did for letters. So let's go back to our document and then go to the select recipient option by clicking it. So the select recipient is activated. You click on it and then we select what? An existing list. If you were unable to save the first list yesterday, then you have to type a new list. And nobody will wait for you to finish typing whether 5 recipients or I don't know the number of recipients you want to send the mails to or the letters to. So if you know where you saved it, you can just go for use an existing list. Then you can take that one. I saved it, so I am going forward. Use an existing list. And then it will take it back to where you saved the old list. I saved it at my documents. So And remember the name I saved it. I saved it with what? Names of creditors. Those are my recipients. So that is the name I gave to it. I don't know the name you saved with and the location you saved the list. So if you have this perfectly done wall, then you can retrieve it easily by selecting it. But if you can't find it on your machine, that means probably you didn't know where you saved it. So you would either go for type new list, then you can still go through the proceedings. So we have taken an existing list. Are you all there? So when you are done selecting an existing list, it takes you back to the envelope size. Now, before you start by allowing those existing lists to come to your envelope, look at where the cursor is blinking. It's blinking at the left corner, top. And I don't want my address to be positioned at the left corner, the top left corner. I want it to come to the center, but at least the middle side. So I can press Ctrl E to bring it to the center, and then just press the enter key twice or 3 times so that I can have my address in full at the center of the envelope. So you realize that my cursor is now blinking at the center of the envelope. Then I can start to insert the address block, or you use the insert merge field. Any of them would work for you. So let's try the address block first, and then we can later on try the insert merge field. We will not do the two because the two will give us the same feedback. It's either address block or you use what? The insert merge field. So let's try address block first. You click on it. You see, as soon as I clicked on it, look at the dialog box that was opened for me. You realize that it gives you a sample here. And at the preview, what I typed yesterday as my recipient is showing. If I want to continue to preview to ensure that the addresses are correct, and that is the exact addresses I want on my envelope, remember, you just use the arrows to move to the next one. So the next creditor is who? Mr. Kwame Atinga. Then the last creditor is Mrs. Kuma Opoku. And it can be shown here on the screen that these were indeed typed yesterday as my recipients. I typed only 3 lists for my recipients. So I can take it to the first one, and then I will just click on what? Match field. The reason for clicking on match field is if you want to add additional fields to it, then you can go to match fields and then add additional ones. But I just want to maintain the existing list because I'm not going to add any additional fields. So I just cancel this pop-up menu. Since I already have my address and I want to maintain this address, as soon as I press the address block, this pop-up message came and I checked all the 3 lists, which is the 3 creditors that I typed, and I realized everything is intact. So I just press what? I just click on OK. I just click on OK. My God, I didn't record this. I'm going over again because I thought I was recording, but I was just showing the phone without recording. So what I'm saying is, right after the envelope opens for you this way, you go back to what? We have already selected our recipient list. And then we took an existing list. And this is what it has taken, that existing list. It has taken that command. In order to bring those existing lists to the back of the envelope, which we have spoken of, you can choose the address block or you can use the insert merge field. I feel this one is the smartest way because this one is faster. Address block. As soon as you click on the address block, what the pop-up menu shows, and it is automatically showing me for my preview list the number of lists I had written. And the first one is who? Dr. William Yeboah. The second list is Mr. Kwame Atinga. And the third list is what? Mrs. Puma Opoku. So I have them here. And since I want to maintain it, I'll just click on OK. But assuming you would want to add an additional field, you have to go to Match Fields and then select the additional fields you want to add to the list. If you would just maintain it, there's no need to go to Match Fields. You would rather click on OK and it works for you. So what do you see here? You can find the address block. Are you all following? Okay. So with the address block, you go back to what the preview results. When you previewed, you saw that the names were showing. The names were showing. And this is the addresses that will be on your envelope. And you see that it is at the center. I think I pressed the enter key, but it was just 2 or 3. So let me add extra enter key so that you can clearly see that the address is placed at the center. All right. Do you see that? Yes. So when you finish doing this thing, you can just what? Finish and merge. You can just finish and merge, and then it will merge. You can merge. If you want to edit individual documents, let's see if you want to edit some of the documents, you can edit it, or you can as well as merge. Hello. This one is merged to PDF or whatsoever. So, hello. No. Okay, Puma has a question.
Yes, madam. My laptop, I don't have the address field though.
Yeah. Address field. How come?
I don't know. I have insect merge field, rules, then updates and labels, preview results, and the rest. I don't have address field.
Emotional intelligence first. Can you take a snapshot and send it on WhatsApp? Maybe it's there,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
I'll continue. Oh, why has my all right, so the person who got it is not. Any other question? So what we looking at the title is impact of emotional intelligence and academic on academic achievement of clinical medical students in public university. I'm doing like the public. Academic self. So I'm not getting your question. Oh, you said you don't have what?
The address field.
Address field.
Yes.
It's address block or?
Yes, so there's not there.
You don't. Okay. You have insert merge field. Okay. Maybe it is hidden somewhere. Okay. So the issue is you can either use the address block or use the insert merge field. So I first use the address block. Now I'm going to do the whole proceedings again using the insert merge field. Okay. So don't worry, if you don't have the address block, it is the same way of using the insert merge field. Just that, remember in letters, when you use the insert merge field, you have to take them one after the other by selecting title, first name, last name. You remember? Then company's name. Then I think you want to select phone number, home or work number, and then address line 1, address line 2, phone number, home number, home contact, something like that, and then the email. We took them one after the other, and that is exactly what happens here. So you see, realize that you are going to take them one after the other. But for the address block, when you click on it, automatically, if you already have an existing list, automatically it comes. Then you just click on OK and it works for you. So let's try our hands on. Let's go through the whole proceedings again. This time around, we are going to use the insert merge field. Insert merge field. So we are going to start our mailings by going to print our addresses on our envelopes using the insert merge field by first going to mailings. On the mailings tab, we are starting the whole proceedings again. So mailings tab, you just go to what? Start mail merge, and you click on what? Envelopes. So when you click on envelopes, just as we said, the font size, this is the by default, the font size of an envelope. You can change it with your preference you want. Then you realize that you have an envelope like this. Now, the delivery address, yes, I want to make it 16 and change it to bold so that the writings on my envelope will be bigger and bolded. Then I click on what? OK. So after clicking on OK, where must delete the current content? Okay, so let it delete. Let me start the whole thing again. So I'm doing this again. Now envelopes. And this is what I'm selecting. Let me just change it to 18. Let me change it to 18. And then so let's go. What do you have? That is all for now. What? Why is this thing? So yes, when you look at that, so those who are following, what do you think the problem is? The author actually started. And I use an existing list. Because they want to sustain the. I use this. Names of creditors. Those are the existing lists that I chose. So it has taken it. Then I move on to what? Insert merge field. So this time around, just as we did for the letters, you realize that I'll be taking this, leave a space, go back, take first name, leave a space, last name, use the space bar, last name, and then so this, okay, after everything I can highlight and center. That is another way to do it. Then I think we use company name, right? And then enter. We have our address. So just as we did for the of establishing the depth of which the individual has complied Then we went for this. Enter, then I think we went for workful, and then we went for the email, right? Do you remember? So this, if you leave it here, your text will be positioned at the top left corner, top left corner of the envelope. But Koma agreed with me that usually it is centered, and when it is centered, usually it is positioned at the middle. So I use the enter key to position the whole thing at the middle. So now you can see that the writings, I mean the address, the name and address of the recipient will be positioned at the middle of the envelope. So when it's done like this, then you can preview the results. Do you see it? So William's own is here. Okay, I think when I use the bold function, it didn't work here. I don't know why. So you can bold it manually. I think guys own too is here, and then Poma's own her address is also showing. So you realize that we are done with what? The mail merging for envelopes. That is the mail merging for envelopes. So you realize that the sheet itself, it has taken the envelope size. That is the envelope size. And then the name and address of the recipient is positioned at the center. So automatically it runs through all the envelopes that you are going to print out. And that is how we use circulars in preparing lists of recipients on our envelopes. Any question? Any question? Oh, so that I did wasn't showing. You should have alerted me that I was. Any question? The writer is introducing the population of interest. Most medical schools prefer to select. Are you on course?
Yes, madam.
Okay. The same applies to labels. Can we try using labels? Also in Ghana, they have been report on students over poor academic achievement. So how do you want to complete the mail merge? You can complete by printing documents. So when you say print reports all, okay, it gives you the opportunity to print them. Assuming you want to print them, but I don't have a printer, but let me see if it will work for me. He said, please install Evernote program. That means I'm not connected to a printer. That is why I am. It is showing, it's giving me this command. So usually it is assumed that when you are done, you print it out. So you can finish and merge by printing them. Or you see, Word can print due to a problem with the printer setup. So I am not going to print. So that is why I ended it this way. But you can choose whichever way you want, or you want to send it as email messages. Then there's a need for you to what? Fill out these things before you send it as what? As a mail. Okay, any question? How many of you had it correct? You tried it alongside while I was demonstrating it. If you did, yes, Edward, you're on course. Just give me a thumbs up. Part 3, good. But why is the number so little? 6. That means you're actually 5 minus me. Or you are just 4. Where are the rest? Okay. Anita is also on course. We will do the last one. Labels. Labels. That one you should be able to do it too without my supervision. Who is going to try that? Can we try that?
Issue. Maybe I know about the gym machine.
What I said is hello. Jay, any question? Yes. What is the issue? Oh, go ahead with your question.
Madam, my question is, for the labels, you start on a document.
Hello, speak louder.
Hello, madam.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, it's breaking. Are you there? I'm not there.
Okay, so
Madam, he's saying that for the labels, are you going to start with a blank page?
Sure. So the question is, how many of you have used labels before? And what at all is labels? When do we use labels? It's better to understand than to just. Are they talking about labels that you put on the packages or what? Or is it different type of labels?
Would we use a new document? Like a fresh document?
You a new document. So press use Control N to open a new document for the labels. Steps in creating labels. Select document type. Click labels for the document type and start your documents. Select starting documents, or you can also use a current document of your choice. Click label options under change document layout. Choose the label style you are using and click on OK. So after you have finished that, then you select your recipients. Do you get it? So let's all give it a try. Use Control N to open a fresh document. Then we can begin our labels. You get it? I'm going to do one here. You should also do one at your end. So I'm going to start labels. So I'm opening a fresh document. This is a fresh document. Just as we did for mailings. I go to what start mail merge, and this time around I'm selecting what? Labels. So when you select labels, an option, a dialog box is open for you where you have what? Label options. You can change the product number whatsoever, or you want to change the information, label information here, you can choose any of them. I think I would want to use a label that is a portrait. Let's go for A3. Yeah. You are preparing labels. So labels that you would want to put on your product or something. Let me go for portrait. If you want landscape, fine. You can, if you want 1/2 letter or whatsoever, 30 per page, or I don't know, but you just choose any of them. I am going for what? A portrait, A3, portrait. That is a new label. So label name preview. What do you want to change here? Choose any of them. Or if you like, let's maintain what is here. So the number must be between 1 and 3276. Okay, so number, which number are they talking about? Okay, the number across. So let's take it. Down to, let's give it some number. Hey,
Don't worry. Hello. Hello.
So I chose 2 or 2 3, or let's choose 3 3. Let's choose 3 3 and see how it would work for us. The man is label size and number across or down values produce a page that is larger than label. So all of these things, you need to know the exact label name or whatever you want to use. Those who are into media and are more into images and printing and doing of preparing invitation cards, charts, labels, banners, posters, and stuff. They have in-depth knowledge with the type of the exact number that they would want to use in preparing labels. For me, I'm just doing try and error because I'm not into preparing labels. However, I'm just giving you the guidelines as to how to do it. So you can select any size that we want. Just that whenever I select any size, there's a pop-up menu that the margins, label size, and number across or down values produces a page that is larger than the label page size. Okay. Then maybe I have to change it to just 1 and be free. Oh, okay. Let's change it to 1 and see if it will give us the same thing. Now, good. When I change it from 3 to 1, I've had the perfect label size. And I'm using A3 portraits. I said you can use any of them, okay? You can use any of them. What I chose, I took the default tray, and then I use A3 portraits. Then the label information I selected was the height 16.54, width 11.69, page size 11.69 times 16.54. In fact, these things I didn't change anything. I just took the one at default, and I select what? Okay. So that is the first one. If you want to add additional label, you can go to new label and still do additional ones. But for now, let me just maintain the first one. Then I select OK. Do you get it? So in selecting the OK, I can still go to what? The select recipient list and use an existing list because I already have an existing list. Then I can go and pick my existing list and put it on my label. Simple. So I'm going for my existing list, which I named names of creditors. And then there I go. So before I merge it, labels, Poma, can you help us? Should we position it at the top left corner, or we should bring labels to at the center? Let's put our labels at the top left corner because our envelopes, we place it at the center. But whichever position you want to put your text is accepted. So let's maintain it to be at the top left corner. So this again, I can use the address block, which is the fastest and easiest. You see, from the address block, when you go to the preview, you can easily preview the existing list that you already have. So when you click on address block, you just click on OK, and everything works for you. Everything works for you. But if you don't like the address block, you can still go to the insert merge field and then start merging it one after the other. So look at the preview. I have what? For my labels this time around, the name and address of the recipients are positioned at the top left corner. You can decide to put it at the center, like highlighting and using Control E. Or if you like, put it at the right side, right top corner. That is your own style. Right aligned. That is Control R. If you want it to be right aligned. Align to the right, Control R. Align to the left, Control L, isn't it? It goes here. Control L, or aligned to the center, Control E. Okay. So I am just playing with it. Center, right, or left. Can you hear me? So you can just play with it, whichever way that you want your list to show on the label, whether left, right, or center. Now, when I use the preview arrow, you realize that all the names are appearing. Whether the names of my creditors, they are appearing on the screen. So that is all. When you are done, you just finish and merge, whichever way, whether you want to print it or you send it as a mail, it would. What are you saying? Whatever command you give to it is what the computer gives back to you. So if you want to print it, it will print for you. If you want to send it as email, it sends it as mail for you. For me, I am not going to send it to anybody. So I end here. Any question? Something in this you any question? So that is the labels. So the same proceedings for envelopes, for labels, for letters is the same thing. And the last thing is for directory. Any question, please? That is not a PDF. That's not a PDF. Okay. Hey, who is that? Any question? Hello, are you there? Can you mute yourself, please? Madam. Hey, why have they all left? Well, we have ended the class. The directory is the same proceedings. So, do you want me to go through it again? Or okay, let me briefly go through before you say, Madam, didn't see the directory. I know students. So directory is the same proceedings. You can use a new word, Control N, to get a new document so that you can do your directory. So mailings, then we move on to what? Start mail merge. What do you want? You want a directory. First and foremost, you ask yourself, some people are confused. Hey, what at all is directory? Please search for it. Usually it's the list of what? The staff of the organization, their names, their telephone numbers, and their addresses. So the secretaries among us, they have a list of the staff, their names, so that whenever sometimes you go to an office, please, I need data for my work. I need the list of all the staff here. I have to contact them. So their names and their contact details are there. Their names and their addresses, telephone numbers, emails, and at least something that you can locate them. They are all there. How do they produce these directories? That is what we are doing. So this time around, what did I say? I said, you go to the mailings tab, start mail merge, and this time around, you are dealing with what? Directory. As soon as you type the directory, it automatically gives you the page. Then you go to select recipients. We want to use an existing list because I already have a list. But because you are dealing with directory, I think maybe this time around my directory, I would only focus on the names and probably the telephone numbers. So let me type a new list so that we would refresh our mind. We get it. We refresh our mind on this. Let me see whether it's showing what I'm doing or it's showing a different thing. Hey, when I have opened a new document, it's not showing.
The heading of every practice. So I have tried for what I'm in this course. Yes.
I don't miss you. I don't miss you. Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. I want to share the documentary. Okay, let me share this documentary. So documentary, I opened a new document. Then I went towards mailings. Then for mailings, as usual, I went to start mail merge. And this time around, I said we want to prepare a directory. So I selected a directory. And I go to select recipients. But I'm saying I'm not going to use an existing list because my directory this time around, I just want to focus on the names and just their contact details. So names and their telephone numbers. So with that, I need to create a new list. So names, I can still pick title. I can still pick title. Doctor. First name, Catherine. Catherine. Hey, I don't know your last name also. I'll give you any name. Also. Then I just want the name and the telephone numbers. So I would skip all of them and go to where I can find phone number or something, home phone and emails. So you can take home phone or emails. Which is the last oh, it's why. So you can select, or we should take work phone and email. Okay, work phone, and I put the number there, and then probably the email. So usually for directory, you want to select the person's name, the work phone, and then the email. One may ask, some of the directories, they have the person's name, the position or rank the person holds, and then the telephone number and roles. You realize that there is no position here. You get it in the fields that you can find it here. So when you are preparing and you still want to use it, you can choose any of them. For example, you can type the position at where you have the company's name so that it automatically takes it as the position at the back of your mind. So in crafting it, you would have to identify that, oh, where you are typing the company's name is actually the person's position. Because after all, you are looking for the name, the position or rank of the person, and then the telephone number and the email. So depending on whatever information you want, if you don't have those information listed here, you can create your own, or you can put it under them. But in creating it, you would know that, oh, you have typed the position or rank at the place that it was for what company name or something, just to have the list. Or better still, you'd want to go and use Excel to prepare your directory. That is also fine. You can equally use Word document to prepare a directory by inserting tables and then typing them one after the other, which is also allowed. But you can as well use circulars, as I have done here, to prepare the directory, so that you can have a list of your workers, your staff, your employees, their contact details. And that is what makes up the directory. So we can go and type additional names, their contact details, and then their emails. After that, we follow the same proceedings as we did with the letters. And then you finish and merge, and you realize that you have a list of the names of people, their contact details, with their contact details, so that you can use it as your directory. Any question?
Hello. Laura.
While we are finishing, people are now joining.
Laura. I'm good at mentioning. I will follow.
Hey, my she break for morning. Then you may also bet. Any question?
What is that?
If you were on course, give me a thumbs up. If you were able to do what we did today, give me a thumbs up. If you were facing challenges, give me a thumbs down.
And I'll know what to say for you.
Catherine and Anita, you are on course. Good. And no, say you were on and off, and the grab just joined. The grab, we have ended the lecture. You are now joining. Okay.
Okay, you. Osman. Latifa.
No, my network was disturbing me.
Okay. So it was the same thing that we did yesterday. We use the same approach for letters. In preparing circular letters, we use the same approach to prepare the circular envelopes, the circular labels, as well as the directory for circular. If you want to prepare directory and distribute it among people or whoever you are sending it to, you can, as far as circular is concerned, that means we are not working on only one recipient. We are working on what? Multiple recipients, multiple people. So to do this simultaneously, we use the mail merge to produce these circular documents. And we have done extensively work on each of them: letters, envelopes, labels, and directory. Any question? So just try your hands on them. This one is for your own consumption. If you find yourself at the administration, you will be producing a lot of circular letters, especially the secretaries among us. If you find yourself in the classroom, you might not be producing more circular letters. However, you would need it for probably examination purposes, and maybe you might be the secretary for an organization, an association. You have church leaders among you. You have stood as church secretaries, church wine, holding big positions. You should be able to understand all of these things. If you are calling a church, you know, churches have different branches all over the place. Takwade branch, Elmina branch, Cape Coast branch, wine district. You need to send or distribute information to all of these branches. How do you go about it? You are the church secretary. You don't know how to use MailMage to prepare these circular letters. That shows that you are not professional. If you are a professional secretary, you demonstrate that efficiency at your workplace, at your church, every organization you find yourself. You take up the mantle, and then everybody sees that, hey, we're the professional secretary. Hey, let's give him the job. Let's give her the job. Then you are good to go. So it is very good to add this part of our lesson to your daily lives. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, madam.
That is why I don't